What's up, real ones? It's your host, Ruben. I don't dodge the tough questions, and I'm never afraid to speak the truth. If you're new here, welcome. We celebrate stories, unpack the hard stuff, and talk about the things that actually shape us. So take a breath and lean in. This is Getting Real. Getting Real. Getting Real. Getting Real. What is up, you guys? Welcome to the first episode of Getting Real with Ruben. I'll abbreviate it as Getting Real. I'm super excited. It is my birthday today. When you guys see this, I'll be celebrating my birthday, and I thought, what better way than to gift everyone what everyone's been asking for quite some time now, which is a podcast. So when I started the idea of Getting Real, I figured I wanted to bring people to tell their stories and dive into what makes them who they are and their culture and their community, but then also bring in people of high caliber, which leads me to our first guest today. I don't want to waste any time. I've been following this couple for some time now on socials, and they are hilarious. And it just so happens to be that one of them is a realtor. One may be becoming a realtor soon. So without further ado, I'm super excited to welcome Alan and Ruben.
Hey,
welcome.
Yes. Hey guys.
Okay.
Well, which Ruben do I address?
Right. That'll be your Ruben. Ruben 1, and I can be Ruben 2. So first off, let me just say, wait, I have to ask, where was y'all's connecting flight before y'all came here?
LAX.
LAX.
Oh,
yeah.
so y'all just went from but y'all straight from LAX to here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One way.
Shit.
That's it. That's how we roll because
wow.
having to land and redirect.
Girl.
And is it easy to get a direct flight here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
I haven't, we were talking a little off camera, and I haven't been to LA in a while. Okay, so I want you to tell the listeners, this will be on all platforms. So tell the listeners a little bit about who you are, what you do. I know you dabble in a lot of different things. You have a little bit of sponsorships going on. So we'll start with you. Let's start with Alan first, and let's talk about kind of who you are, where you come from, and all the good stuff. Go for it.
All right. So my name's Alan or Alan. I go by both. Doesn't matter, depending on the day. No, just kidding. I do social media, and I'm going to school right now for being a realtor. I'm trying to join you baddies over here.
And are you liking it so far?
I love it.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's okay. First of all, it's like information overload. Like the first day I was like, why are we on chapter 6 already? Like, why is it going so freaking
You're
fast?
like, the limit does not exist.
I was like, girl, what is going on? It's going so freaking fast, but I'm catching on. I'm a quick learner. I passed my first test.
Yay.
So I was like, I passed out with flying colors, girl. I got a 93%. Don't play with me, girl, please. But so far, I like it. So that's what I do right now. I do social media full time and becoming a realtor. So I'll be joining you baddies pretty soon.
Yay. And Ruben?
So I have a list, girl. So first and foremost, so I run a family business. I am a realtor. I do social media. I manage him and myself. And
Damn.
I'm a baddie. That's it.
Not a manager, literally manager.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna dive in. So around when you started social media seriously, but like when did you guys know, and who was first in saying like, okay, we're gonna do this social media thing for real?
It was, I always knew I wanted to do something in this field. And I think it was the end of 2023, right? Where it was like, I used to work for Apple, if you guys didn't know. I'm a big techie as well, too.
Really?
That's why I was like, if I wasn't in social media, I would be in tech. I love tech. I've been in it since I was like 17. So around the time that I was blowing up on social media, I was still working at Apple. And it came to the point where I had to choose like Apple or social media. And I felt like my calling was like social media, and I took the leap, and I've just been hitting the ground running since. And then I got low key so he does like the managing of it. So he does like all my business meetings, and I'm more of like the creative director, I guess you could say.
Yes,
where it's like I come up with the concepts, and when he gets brand deals, I come up with the ideas for him and stuff like that. So we're like I don't know about that, but we're like,
Whoa. That's for the other that's for the after show. That's for Untucked.
So we're kind of like, we tag team and like we help each other out.
Nice.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
No,
but sometimes he does do the behind the scenes as well, because sometimes I get overloaded with I'm an escrow, or I'm doing this, or I'm running a business, because I physically have to be there when I'm running my business. I have to be there physically. It's like a 9 to 5 kind of thing. Yeah. But I'm also doing real estate at the same time.
Wow.
But see, from there, I do showings, I have open houses, I do all kinds of stuff, and he's taking along with me now. So now he gets the real kind of feel on, we're doing all of this. Plus, we have to do open houses. And then plus, we have to either film, or we have to, make more time for our dogs.
Right.
We do have 2 dogs, and they miss us a lot. So we have to make time for that as well.
Wow. Yes.
It's a busy schedule.
So, okay, so the family, you said it's a family business.
Yes.
What type of business is it?
So we do pallets. So we recycle pallets, build pallets, customize pallets.
Wow.
We do all of it.
And that's your whole family, like your parents and your brothers, sisters?
Yes,
wow.
yes. So I run the front end with my sister, and then my brother runs the back end with my dad and other cousins that they have.
Wow. And okay, so of the two, who's the most, I mean, y'all are very outgoing, obviously, but I would say, Alan, you're more of like, you walk into a room and it's like, I'm here, bitches, right? Like, I would imagine, Ruben, you as well, but I feel like you...
Him
like,
a little bit more.
Yeah, it depends. So I'm also a Cancer, so I could be like, depending on my moods, but sometimes like, like, you know, people see me on social media, I'm like really extra, but I'm very like low key and chill at sometimes too. So sometimes like it could be that opposite. We go to events and Ruben's more like the, and like,
and you're like, don't talk to me.
I'm just kind of like, my social battery might be like, you know, low. But for the most part, I would say a little bit.
Yeah, I think for him, he's more like in front of the camera, he's like popping, right? And me in front of people, I'm popping.
You're vice versa.
Because I'm like, okay, I like to meet people and interact with people. You know how it is.
Okay, so see, that's funny that you say that because I'm more at my core like Alan, but I have to pull it out for work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What are you pulling out?
I'm not a top producer because I know what I'm doing. No, I'm kidding. No, but okay, so that takes me to my next question because, so I think I watched, and it's been a while since I watched it. It was when you guys did with Adam and his boyfriend at the time, it was like a baking challenge or something.
Oh, yes.
And immediately, it was that video was what, like maybe 2-3 months ago? I don't know when y'all did it, but when I saw it when it first came out, and I immediately picked up, I was like, oh, I'm a lot like Alan, because it was like, I could tell, right? Because in what you do, I'm just dabbling in TikTok these days, but like in what you do and what you guys do for a job, when the camera turns on, you know what you have to give, right?
Yes.
And I could see you thinking like, you were not talking, you were like, and then you were laughing and you were engaging, but I can see like when the camera turns on, the personalities are just very different, but the same at the same time. They complement each other.
Yes.
So on that note though, who like kind of, you are the creative director and you're on it, but is there anyone is there anyone out of the two of you that are like, oh no, like today let's not do anything social? Or are y'all both pretty on the same page of like, no, we gotta go, batch film, all the things?
So funny that you say that, because in the beginning, when the first year of doing social media, I was pretty much like giving my all, because I always tell myself I never want to give like half-ass anything. If I'm going to do social media, I'm going to go crazy with it. I'm going to like give it my all, because you know I have nothing to lose. So I felt like in the beginning it was hard to separate like, hey, this is like a part of our job. It's not our life. So I have to remember, this is my job. It's not my life. So there'll be times where I'm like, I have to push out content, and it felt like it didn't come off authentic, and we both hit a bump. We're like, hey, if we're not feeling it, we're not feeling it. Like turn the cameras off. So now we've come to respecting, like, kind of like have like a little boundary, like, hey, I'm not feeling it today. I totally respect that. Like, I got it.
Like mentally, I'm not there.
And we noticed that when we, like, say like we have plans to like film on a Monday, because Mondays are our filming days, and none of us are filming it, and we try to force it. The content just will not be there. But then we'll take a breather and come back the next day, and it's just so authentic. Yes.
And normally that's me when I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling it, because I had a long day. Because I'm normally out of the house for the majority of the time, and then when I'm home, I'm like, oh, I just want to relax, you know. But then I know that there's brand deals that need to be done. There's this that needs to be done. There's filming that we need to do. So I'm like, okay, sometimes I just like take the extra step and just do it. So talk me through a little bit about like the brand deals, because what I think about, but specifically for y'all too, I know we'll get to this later, like the community that you guys are in now. Like I feel like there's probably not as much representation as you would hope. We'll talk about that later. But when it comes to brand deals and things like that, do you kind of pick and choose the ones that obviously that reach out to you? Do you have like a list of your like dream collabs, or is it kind of a mixture of both? Do you find yourself turning things down, or do you kind of at this point just kind of take what comes along?
Go ahead. You go ahead.
So we do have dream collabs that we want to work with, and those have came about.
Good.
But there's also times where it's like, okay, we can turn some down now because it doesn't align with our work. It doesn't align with us. We don't agree with it or whatnot. So because we have been blessed so much recently that we have the ability to kind of like, okay, we'll skip on this one, or we'll take this one, or we'll do this for this brand or whatnot. So there's now ability to choose, which was
awesome.
Which was that we were able to take.
Did you ever feel like, I feel like, it's especially, like I said, I dabble, so don't go looking at myself yet. But I immediately noticed like it's not easy, number one, which is why it truly is a full-time job. So for everyone that's watching or listening and you think you can just dive in and become the next, big thing, it's not as easy. You had to have had times where you're like, I can't do this anymore.
Oh my God, yes.
And how did you overcome that? Did you feel like, I'm sure you rely on each other, but is there anyone specific that you look up to on socials that you're like, okay, if so-and-so can do it, I can do it, or let me follow down this path or that path?
So in the beginning, it would happen to me a lot because I didn't have the creator friends that I have now. So I think that building a community, and whatever job that you have, having those creative minds like you, like for instance, like if you're struggling with realtor, he can talk to you, be like, hey, I've been there. So having that community, like a lot of my close-knit friends that I hang out with, that you guys see me on social media with, running to them and being like, hey, have you ever felt like this? Like, girl, like if I had $1 every time I felt like that, like you're not alone. So knowing that I'm not alone and having those creative minds like me definitely gets me out of that rut. Of course, coming to my husband, and sometimes I tell my husband, like, dude, I feel like a broken record because I feel like this is constant. And he's like, being your own business owner, like it's gonna be stressful, but at least you're doing what you love and what you want to do. So it's like, I don't care if you sound like a broken record, talk to me 1,000 times. Like I'd rather you talk to me 1,000 times and just shut off and explode and just talk to me. So having my Ruben and having like my close-knit friends, that definitely gets me out of it. But definitely it's not, like you said, it's not easy. It's a lot of mental work, physical work, a lot of like, it's just a lot. But I love what I do. I definitely love it.
And you can tell.
Yeah. But he is really picky on it. He edits as well. So
I can tell. I can tell you're a perfectionist.
Yeah,
huh?
He pictures the whole scenario and then he edits everything out. I'm like, wait, how did you film that? How did that come out to life? Yeah. And I love to see it because I'm always the first to see it. And sometimes he asks me, do you want to see it or do you want to be surprised?
Wait till the world sees
it.
Yeah.
So sometimes I am surprised when it does go live or whatnot. Like for example, YouTube. But I love to see it. Just him and I, we have like a little preview in our house. And it's just fun. It's fun. We have fun with it, and we love to have social media.
Speaking of editing, you do the YouTube edits?
Yes.
Because you're really good. Like, it makes sense now that you say you're tech.
Yeah.
Because what video was it? Last night I watched, not an older video, but like a video from maybe like 6 months ago or something. In your intro, I was like, wait a second. Because these days, and this is not to knock, there are YouTubers out there, I'm sure, and all of us, right? Even in real estate or whatever industry you're in, sometimes you're just like, you're on Canva, you do something real quick and throw it out there, right?
Yes.
More often than not, people are getting lazy because YouTube isn't where everyone goes to anymore. Now it's TikTok, Instagram, right?
Exactly.
But anyway, I just had to sidebar that because I saw a video and I thought, oh my God, like I wonder if someone edits. And now you saying that you do the YouTube edits, I'm like, whoa.
He does all the edits.
Yeah, I do.
TikTok, Instagram,
it's exhausting.
Even mine too, because sometimes I don't even have time to do it.
Yeah.
So he's behind the scenes doing that.
Wow.
So when I'm driving, he's doing that.
Wow.
And sometimes when we do have events, because obviously the events come into act as well, and that takes up a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
So when we're driving to LA, like I said earlier, we live about an hour away from LA, and all of the events are in LA.
Yeah.
When we're doing that drive, we're either having a conversation, like a business conversation, a serious conversation, or we're both crying, or we're both working at the time. Because sometimes I'm on the phone with the client and he is editing behind the scenes. So it works. And now that he's going into become an agent, I'm like so grateful because now he's stepping into my world, into what I do, and he loves it. Like he's been to a few open houses of mine, and he loves it. And I'm like, dude, we're gonna be an amazing team.
Yeah. So that's good that you love it. I will say, and obviously, real estate, I'm sure in California is much different than Texas.
Yes.
In a good way, and probably some bad.
Yeah.
But it takes a special human being to be able to do this job the right way. I'm sure you've run into agents and you're like, how the hell did you get your license? Right? Like, I'm like,
I even question myself.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, look, or there are people that I know that I grew up with and they get their license. I'm like, I used to be proud to be an agent, and now you passed that test. That was a hard test. Like, you're a really good test taker. Anyway.
I'm like, simply just driving. Like, how did he get his license? Because, girl,
you're not the driver. You're not the driver.
I am a good driver. Don't blame me like
you're
that.
Like, I'm done with this conversation.
But I'm a better driver. I'm a better passenger princess. I have to say, I'm definitely.
When he drives, I'm like.
Really?
Not too much on me now.
Okay, so I do want to touch on, for me, and something that I struggled with is, and maybe you guys, we haven't gotten into this yet, but when I first started in real estate, it was right before the pandemic. So it was like end of 2019. And in the industry here in San Antonio was very male dominant in my eyes, in my view, right? And so I was like this gay guy coming in, like I couldn't, like I was like, well, I want to dress a certain way and I want to be a certain way and whatever. Well, then the pandemic hit and then everything was up in flames. And anyway, all that to say is that then I would go to events. And I didn't know, it was a struggle for me to find that balance of like, to be myself, but still be professional, but still blend in. And then I quickly realized, like, why the hell am I trying to blend in? Like, what does it matter? So that leads me to my question for you guys. Do you feel like as an agent for you, with the newfound success, not new, but newly, it's starting to really explode, which congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you find yourself struggling with that as far as your real estate brand and keeping it separate?
You know what? Now I'm blending it in.
Okay.
Before I used to have it separate.
Okay.
But now I'm finding a lot of clientele through social media.
Awesome.
Which I love it. I don't really post my real estate stuff on my main page just because I don't want to do that just yet, but I do have a lot of my real estate page following going onto my regular page and they're like, hey, I didn't know you were a realtor. But on my main page I do have that I am a realtor. So I'm getting a lot of clients, and especially like I said, when I'm at events, we're having a conversation and the only thing that I talk about is real estate. Like, let's be honest. It always comes out, right? So obviously we're social media. We both do social media, but for me, my profession is real estate. So it always comes up.
And then Alan, for you, same thing. Like again, I saw this video. I think it was one of your first YouTube videos when you first started YouTube. And
you went back to the.
I went back, but because I know who you are now. But I was like, has he always been this way? And the answer is, you really have always been this person, literally. And like I say that in the utmost best way possible because that's not normal. You know, I hope you know that. It's not normal. And like, I was laughing in the video because I think I don't even know what y'all were talking about. Like, it was a funny moment and I laughed out loud. I was watching the video in my car actually. And I remember laughing out loud because it was like, I think one of your really good friends or y'all were going somewhere. And she was like playing the music so loud, and it was very on brand for you. You're like, oh my God, you're being so rude right now because you were trying to film.
Sounds like me.
But it was funny because I was like, oh my gosh, he truly has. It's not like you evolved into this character. So the same question for you though is like, how have you always been your authentic self? Is it family? Like you were brought up to just like be authentic and unapologetic? Is it just something you had to teach yourself? Because it's not something you can just learn overnight.
I think my family always encouraged my personality. They always embraced be who you are. Like my mom was like, be who you are. I think I didn't realize that I got a lot of my comedy because people are like, dude, how are you so quick-witted? How are you so like, they would hate to come, like people to fight with me because like, girl, I can't work with
the jugular too.
I was like, girl, don't play with me, girl. We can go Birkin for Birkin. Trust me, you have a Ross purse, bitch. Don't play with me. Like, for real. So I didn't know like where I got my humor from. People always ask me until I brought my mom and my dad, and they're like, your parents are so hilarious. Now I see where you get your comedy from. All of them, our family were very quick-witted. Especially coming from a Latino, like we have thick skin, and I'm half Filipino too. So like both sides of my family, very thick skin, very quick-witted. So like that's where I got my humor from. So I just always stood who I was from the very beginning. I told myself whenever I came into social media, like, stay exactly who you are. Don't try to switch up. And there was times where I was shifting, trying to be like other people. And he would always ground me, like, just be yourself. Like, you are who you are. You built your following because of you, not because you're trying to be like somebody else. Just stay who you are. And that's always resonated with me. I've just stuck with that and ran with it. Over the years, I got a little bit more comfortable with the camera. You can see the evolution. But as far as, like, my personality, I feel like it's always stood the same. I've always been the one and only Alan Timoteo V. Don't play with me.
Okay, so talk to me about, y'all got married, what, 3 years ago now?
Oh my God, we're going on 4 years.
So, okay, August when you got married. Yes. What you said you're a Cancer?
I'm just kidding.
I was like, what? So wait, you're a Cancer and what are you?
A Gemini.
Oh,
my birthday was just last month.
Okay, happy belated birthday. And your birthday's coming. Cancer is before Leo, right?
Yes.
I'm a Leo, so I only know
I have a
about
little bit
Leos.
of Leo in me too.
Oh, so you're at the end.
No, I have like, I don't know.
Oh, you just have the isms
yeah,
of a
girl.
Leo.
Everybody always thinks I'm a Leo, but then I'm like, I'm a Cancer.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess like, they have like the rising moon, the falling moon, the starburst, and all that.
Yeah, girls, whatever the fuck. Okay. So so the next thing I want to talk about, this one it's not serious, but I'm curious. Yeah, welcome. No, this is what y'all came for. No, so for me, and I'm a huge fan of you. I've always been a YouTube. I have YouTube Premium. Like I don't fuck around with that. Like I don't want commercials. Like oh my god, we have a running joke in my household. I'm sure you guys are the same way. So like our friends come over and it's like, if you are allowed to come to my house, then you're allowed to go into my pantry. You're allowed. I don't ask me for shit.
Yes.
You know.
So what's your address?
Right.
We'll just go make ourselves a home
for next
there.
time y'all come, right? No, but so we had that running joke anyway, and so we'll be watching, and like everyone has like, oh, they're like, I want to play a video, so they'll cast it from their YouTube, and then their YouTube, I'll know that it's not my YouTube because a commercial will come up. So one day it happened, and I was like, whose channel is? Or no, I was like, whose subscription is this? And they were like, everyone got like, and I was like, they were like, oh, my friend Rigo was like, oh, it's mine. I was like, oh, because I don't have commercials. I was just, but I was more saying like, I was confused because I'm not used to seeing commercials, and so, but they took it as like, oh, well, I don't have commercials. So now, and a commercial comes up, the thing is like, you're poor. So like now, always like anytime we're watching anything, we're like, yeah, Rigo, you're not poor. No, but so I'm a huge YouTuber. I love all the things. I may or may not have had a YouTube channel way back when.
Oh, I'm gonna find it. Don't worry.
Do not. We'll talk about that off camera. But no, and so I of course I know you guys. You guys have been. I've seen y'all. Y'all went to Adam's birthday. You are. I've seen you guys. I think y'all were at. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think y'all were in Mexico when Adam and them went. Like I see them make appearances on yours, and you make appearances on theirs, and I just always wonder, and not specifically that your friend group, but being an influencer that you are now. Do you feel that there is an actual representation of Latinos? Because I feel like it's a very small group, but I don't know because I'm not in it.
I think there is. I think
it's still small?
It's still small, yeah, and it could be bigger, but I would just say like going into this influencer creator world, I was scared because of everything. Like you see the drama online with everybody. The Latino influencers that you see online, they are so welcoming, and they are like being around Adam and Louis and all of them, like there's a seat at the table for everybody. That's like, so cool. And it's so amazing to see how welcoming they were. And I'm so glad that the first creators that we fell into were them, because they were very like, oh yeah, dude, we'll help you out. We're like, there's no competition,
That's so
everybody
nice.
has a seat at the table. So, but I just wish that was like everybody. So it could be bigger. There could be more representation. So definitely, it could always be bigger.
So to piggyback off of that.
Hey.
I knew you were gonna say that. But to piggyback off of that, there is a big enough community to stand ground. So I feel like there could be more. Yes, there could be a lot more. But I feel like the people that are in it now, they stand their ground. And like Alon was saying, in our table, there's enough for everybody. So it's your choice to stay.
And pull up a chair.
Exactly, girl. So we're not, like, I feel like we've been to different events, and we've been to higher end events. We've been to like money events, like red carpet, black carpet, all the carpets in the world. But those versus Latino creative events, we prefer the Latino creative events because
100%.
The other events, it's just like everybody's to themselves, nobody's sharing, nobody wants to film, nobody wants to do anything. And with us Latinos, we're like, let's do it now, let's create a video, let's do that. Like it's let's do it now, you know. And I feel that my mom always tells me this is the sun comes out for everybody. And everybody is able to be welcome on the same table. So we don't gatekeep anything. We share what we can, how we can. Hey, this is working for me.
This is how I did it. This is how I did into it.
It's like we didn't just fall into it. We worked hard to get where we're at. And doesn't mean that nobody else can get where we're at. Everybody can do it.
Okay, so
anybody can cook.
Right. Let me ask you this. Then, going to your experience now, or your events, what was like your first big event where you were like, oh shit, like we're actually doing this, like this is actually coming to fruition? Like, do you remember that moment when you knew, like, oh, we're doing something?
It was our first event. It was literally our first event, and surprisingly, Ruben was nervous to go, and I was like, I'm gonna go in there because like I wanted this so bad. Like I'm not gonna lose. I got invited to a really big event where a lot of Latino creators go, and I just remember walking in, and I was like, oh my god.
Well, what event was it?
It was a Casa TikTok event.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a big event with like all the top dog creators were there, and I was like, I remember walking in and be like, oh my god, I like watching.
I remember seeing this event,
but I was like, keep it cool.
Yeah, like I belong
and actually,
here.
That's where we met AJ.
Oh no way! Oh yeah, he did go. That's right.
And I just remember like, oh my god, like this is getting surreal. Like this. So I just remember making so much noise. Like I don't know if it was good or bad, girl, but I was making noise because I wanted to be like, I want people to remember who I am, and I was making so many connections, and from then. That's, like I said, everybody has a seat at the table. I started getting invited to more events and this and that and networking. But that was like a real moment where like, oh my God, like like the fruits of my labor is paying off. And this is a real thing. This is like everything that I have been. That 2015 Alon was in his room with his little iPhone 6 with his little tiny ring light. Like, he would be so proud and he would want to hug him right now. Like, dude, you're fucking doing it. So like that was my first like, oh my God. And then of course it got bigger and bigger. But that was probably the most memorable moment where I'm like, oh shit, like we're going places.
Because
like,
that was the trajectory. That started the trajectory of like the catalyst of where you are now. You know what I mean?
And me remembering now, looking at him, you know, being the baddie that he is, going into the room and just being himself, like, made me so, like, my heart was so full. Because remember, it wasn't my dream to be an influencer. It was his dream. But I'm not saying that I fell into it, because obviously I'm a part of it as well. But seeing him doing what he does best, it just filled my heart. And that's where I knew, like, dude, this is going somewhere. And a few months later after that is when he took the leap and then just left Apple and started doing this. And the first year, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. It was hard because we only had my income, and then you know the real estate world is just like that. So it was difficult, but we're here.
Wait, and so you agree with the same? That first event was when you were like, oh shit. Okay, now flip it. Is there been an event where you're like, or what is the biggest event you guys have gone to? And I'm asking, so before you answer, I'm asking for the people listening and watching, more so, and we'll get to this a little bit later. You mentioned little baby Alan or little Alan, and I feel like from where we come from, I would imagine, and this is not to shit on you guys, but I would imagine it's not like we were born with a silver spoon, right?
No.
And so you hear it all the time, right? Like, and I think in the Latino culture, it's always like, well, you know, you have to pay it back, and yes, right? But it's more so, that's the point of getting real, is that I wanted to make sure that the little Alans and the little Rubens and the little Rubens have, because we didn't have that. We didn't have anyone to look up that were queer, that were anything, that love to dress up and put wigs on or whatever, whatever it is, right? Play in our room on a karaoke machine, whatever. And so I asked that because it's in my head. That's what I think of. I'm like, so all that to say, what is the biggest event you've been to that you probably never thought, outside of the TikTok event, which was one of the big ones, but is there to today, like if you can look back on the last year or two, what is the best event you've ever been to? Maybe rubbed elbows, like a memorable event that you want to share or that you just really always reflect on?
There's been a lot of them. I don't think it was like a Oscars event or anything like that. It was more probably like going to like our favorite creators events and stuff like that, and seeing the people that inspired me. So like going to Adam's party and seeing like, oh my God, like I grew up with you. Like you are the reason why I started social media. You're the reason why I wanted to be a comfort creator. I've always wanted to be one of those creators that's like, at the end of a day, like, dude, I could put a lot on, I know I'm gonna feel good. And just, if I could escape reality just for a little bit and feel good about myself, like, that's the kind of creator I wanted to be. So seeing these creators that, you know, made me want to stay, made me feel inspired, and like seeing them like at my friends' events and stuff like that, that's probably the biggest event. And I would never say it was like, because we've been invited to pretty big events like the Oscars and stuff like that, but for me, I just felt like, I don't know.
It felt like home, I would imagine.
Yeah, so like for me, like being at those events was probably like, to me, it was the biggest.
And who would y'all say y'all are like in the influencer world? Are y'all closest? Who are y'all closest to? Is it like Adam and that group, Adam and Louis and them?
I would say like cool. they are probably like Adam. We're really really close to him. So
let me just say, I have if he watches this, Adam, I just want to let you know.
I'll make him watch it. Don't worry. You better
let me
watch
tell
it.
you something. A little side story. Not to make this about me, but it's my show. No, no. It's so funny. So going back to my YouTube channel days, during COVID, I had a thing called Ruben Rambles, and I would like, I got like Mary and what's his name from Selling Sunset were on it. Like I got all these, but it's because we were stuck at home. So like everyone was saying yes to everything at the time. Right. So I was like producing this live show on my little laptop. Anyway, and I emailed Adam 1,000 times and he never responded, but it wasn't him. It was obviously his management. So Adam, if you watch this, next time you're in San Antonio, you better come. But no, I say all that to say is I agree with you. I think that being surrounded by like-minded people is important, but more importantly, they may be like-minded, but sometimes, to y'all's point, they don't want you to sit at their table, but they make you think that they do, right? So I guess that leads me to my next question is, what keeps you guys going? Because I'm sure there's challenges. I'm sure that maybe a brand deal falls through that you thought you were going to get, or a friendship outside of the influencer world, just friendships or relationships or family.
Just life.
Yeah, just life happens. How do you balance and you touched on it a little bit earlier, but how do you balance keeping this persona alive? Because to your point, Mondays are your film date, right? And on Monday, you don't feel it.
Yeah.
Well, then Tuesday comes and you don't feel it. At some point, I would imagine you have to be like, all right, I got to put my big boy panties on and move it, because if not, things are going to start to fall with this quickly moving industry. So is there something you guys do outside? Like, obviously, I know you guys have been going to the gym. I've been seeing you at the gym. And but is there anything, what is your hobbies? What do you do to kind of revive that?
Yeah. Take trips. We love to travel.
Okay, so y'all are the travelers.
Yeah,
okay,
so
cool.
like even like something like this, like we needed to get away from the grind and just come out here and hang out with the gays and the days and the gals, and like literally like this is what we love to do. Is like anytime we feel overwhelmed, or even if we feel like we're like drifting apart from us, because we're both workaholics, both of us, like we're on the go, but we make sure to prioritize like at least once a week, like have a little date night or come together, or like whatever. Even if it's like a filming day, like that's still bonding time for us, because we might not have seen each other for like the whole week. So whether it's like having those cute little date nights, or just being like, hey, F it, let's go on a trip. Like the San Antonio trip was where we're debating like, should we do it? And we're like, F it, let's go. Like every time we go to Texas, we have such a blast. So just booking a trip and saying F it, and just having us, and remembering just bringing our relationship back and keeping that fire alive, because that was one of our things in our relationship, is we have to keep the fire alive, like no matter what. But creator burnout is a thing, like, you know, being burnt out and acknowledging like, hey, if you're not feeling okay today, tomorrow, a week, a month, that's okay. Come back when you're ready. And that goes for anything, like any job. Like if you need to take some time off, prioritize yourself.
Mental health is very important.
Very, very important.
And we take pride in date nights, because we definitely, in a relationship, you need to reconnect somehow, some way. So like Alon was saying, we may not see each other all day, or, you know, not that we don't see each other, but we're just so busy that at the end of the day, we just sleep, and then the next day continues, right? But what keeps us alive is that communication in our relationship, date nights, going on trips, simply just going for a drive is what we love to do. So
speaking of going on a drive, that mariscos place that you always do. Oh my God. And my husband hates mariscos. Like, and you would think, like, so I'm from the south side of San Antonio. I'm basically where Adam's from. I'm from the same area. And so we're pretty hood. My husband is from New Braunfels, Texas, and they're very German, but he's Latino as well. But he's hood as well, but just in his town. So anyway, all that to say, but he hates mariscos. So when I saw you post it, and then I think y'all were last night or something.
Yesterday.
On your live, you said you were gonna go, and I was like, lucky. It got me off track when you said traveling, but or taking a drive. But I guess the next thing I wanted to touch on is more so, I guess, identity and culture, right? And it kind of bleeds into your health journeys. Like, did you ever feel pressure to not share y'all's health journey? Because I feel like it wasn't a big switch. It was kind of like when I think I found you first through real estate, and then I immediately was introduced to you. And so I
left me.
but then I saw it was shortly after. I think I don't even think we ever said anything. It was like you added me, I added you, and then I was like, oh my God, he has the same name as me. And then whatever, and then all of a sudden I saw that you had the procedure done, and then it was just like your content changed in the best way possible, and then I saw you really starting to hone in on your health journey. So like, did you ever feel like you didn't want to share that, or it was a no-brainer for you? Like, we want to share so that we could help anyone on the same journey.
As for me, because I did my surgery, my procedure first, I was just like, I want to just go through with it first and then share my experience. And everybody is different, so everybody goes through it differently, right? So at first I was debating, like, should I do it, should I not do it? And then when I did it, I was so grateful that I was able to do it, just because so many people reached out. Oh my God, what was your experience? What was this? How did you feel? What do you do? You know, step by step. And then when he did it, your experience was a lot different than mine. So did you want to share it? Or?
Oh yeah, I've always been like a very open book, and I don't care what anybody says about me. Like literally, I have such a thick skin, girl. Like I said, my family roast each other, so there's nothing you could say to me that I have not heard before. So I didn't care what the public said. But when I was researching it, I didn't see like questions that I wanted answers, so I made sure to went on my journey to answer those for people, because there was a lot of people who were curious about it. Because how am I gonna be like, oh yeah, like I never wanted to be not fake, for false, or like try to hide that, be like, I'm dropping weight, like, oh, like it's just me at the gym. It's like, no, girl, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys like that. One thing about me is I keep it real. Like I'm never gonna keep it real with Ruben. I come on with a podcast, keep it real with a lot. But I just was I'm a very open book, and like I'm not scared of, like, you know, if I had to be the guinea pig and people have questions to me, ask away. I'm never gonna shy away. Just so no, in a nutshell, like no, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I
wanted
thought
to
about
share.
it twice, but
Yeah.
then I'm like, no, I want to just share it, and I'm glad that I did.
Yeah.
What was the gap of the time frame that from when you finished to when you got yours?
I got mine a year before him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
okay,
a year
a whole
difference.
year.
So it's a year,
Wow.
yeah. Well, the whole thing is he wanted to do his journey, but doing it by himself, and then he's all, after a year, if I can't lose weight, then I'm gonna do it. So
Yeah.
he decided to do it last year. So it's about to be a year, huh?
Yeah,
Speaking
September.
of podcasts, you mentioned getting real with Alan. Y'all need to bring back bedheads. Like what the hell?
Not bedheads.
I feel like that was so fun. I mean, y'all did a good amount of them, but they're good. I would imagine they're not as easy to film.
Oh no, I feel like with bedheads, and it will be coming back. However, I feel like it's just time.
Yeah,
Time
I
is,
know. I figured.
Time is against us because we have so much, and we're grateful for everything that's coming our way. But time is what we struggle with to get it back on. And then when we started Bedheads, his whole theory of it was just no questions, just talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about in our bed.
Yeah.
But now recently we were talking about, well, we want to kind of change it up and have like something like a sit down to invite guests over. So we're working on that. It will be coming out. Who knows when, but it will be coming out.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the plan.
gonna get a little procedure done, a little fix up.
Yeah.
But it will come back.
Okay, so I hate to say this because I don't even know if you identify your followers as this, but like you obviously have fans. Like I know that it's kind of weird to say. I would imagine it's still weird for you to think that. Yeah. Do you have like? And I'm asking because I'm sure we're all curious, and I would imagine that they're all gonna watch this. Do you have like nicknames for them? Do you and this is probably behind the scenes stuff where you're like, oh my God, Susie commented again. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure there are those things. Do you have someone where you're like, okay, this is getting a little weird. Like they're a little obsessive. Have you run into weird things like that? Now that you have, I would say a large fan base.
Well, first of all, shout out to all the mantecas out there.
Nation, that's our little fan base right there.
But we love our mantecas. They literally are so genuine. They love us. We love them. We try to interact as much as possible. A lot of times they are afraid to come up to us and say what's up. I'm like, dude, we're just like you. Come give me a hug. Like, bitch, I'll kiss you if you want me to.
Oh, what's scissor?
But we have fun. We're just fun people that will just, if you run into us, please say hi, take a picture. Let's kiki, as Alana always says. But any weird situations that we come about?
No, I don't think
Yet.
Not yet, but I mean, some of them do get a little like, we'll be like at events and they're a little frisky with that.
Okay.
But I'm just like, they're just excited. I get it. So like, sometimes they'll grab me or like, oh my God, like, but I don't think anything like crazy, like stalker vibes or anything. I mean, we have in the beginning. That's why we don't really post where we're at anymore, like in our hometown. Because we'll eat food and people are like, oh, where is that from? Like, oh, I'm gatekeeping this girl because it's like down the street from my house. Because people found out like where we live, where we would go, the places we go. So
we don't live there.
I noticed that the other day when he came home and you gave him the basket.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first times you showed y'all's exterior of the house. Because I clocked it immediately. I was like, oh my God. Like my brain registered like, oh, I've never seen them come outside of their home. And so it makes sense now that you have to kind of like keep that a little bit to yourself.
And that wasn't my house.
I know.
So
Wherever you were at. I was about to say that.
But yeah, we tried our very best because like, in the beginning, we were just filming everywhere we go, like no matter what, and people were finding us, like, oh my God, like I know where you guys at now, and like I know what gym you guys go to. I'm like, oh shit, and people have came up to us in the gym, which is fine. If you want to hug my little sweaty ass,
I mean,
that's
don't
fine.
be weird, guys. If you know where we're at, if you know where we live in the Riverside area, but don't be weird. Like we're just human. We're trying to live life, and we have to move. Then we're gonna move, girl.
But do you ever feel like y'all are out and you're like, oh gosh, I think they're staring at us. I think we should probably leave. Like, do you feel like that sometimes, or is it not? And I wouldn't know because I don't have. You know what I mean?
Never that.
No.
I mean, we do have people like just kind of double look and we kind of smile and like, hey, like what's up?
It's me.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So we do have people like that, but we just like kind of like, hey, what's up? Like, where do you like? I know you know me, but I don't know you, so I'm just trying to introduce myself, you know, because we get a lot of that. Like, oh, we know you, but you don't know us.
Right. Okay, so now we're gonna do. I want to do some fun Texas stuff since you're in Texas. Okay. So
let's do
Whataburger. You were on live and you were like, oh, it's not your thing or it is your thing. Do you fuck with it? You don't fuck with it?
I'm on no comment because every time
they will come for you. And you are from Texas.
I was just talking to AJ about this earlier when we were driving back from the airport, and I was like, dude, why do people from like Texas, like they like ride for Whataburger. And every time I say it, people are like, you're not even saying it correctly.
It's Whataburger.
We can tell you're not from Texas. I was like, obviously, girl, I'm not from Texas. I literally is like, I say in the video, like, my first time trying Whataburger, like I'm not from here. So I love it. I think it's really, really good.
Okay.
I literally have it right here.
It's amazing.
He swallows.
I'm trying to get a sponsorship.
Okay, so, and then obviously, I'm sure y'all been to Buc-ee's.
Yes,
We've been to Buc-ee's.
Okay, cool.
Buc-ee's.
So how many times have y'all been to Texas?
This is our third time.
Wow, and what cities did y'all go to?
San Antonio twice, and then Dallas.
Oh,
Dallas
nice.
and San Antonio. This is our third time.
Third time to Texas.
Third time in San
Wow,
Antonio.
and y'all have never been to Houston?
We never.
No.
The last time we were here, we were supposed to drive to Houston, and something was going on that we didn't even
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Ew, the drive to Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Girl,
not as far as Dallas, but
she got money.
I just hate driving.
Why, how far is it?
Like 4. How long is?
Girl, you have a Tessie. That drives by itself.
So what?
Girl, that's what people tell us, and I hate
And-
doing that little auto.
Yeah, like, and the rainbow comes up. I'm like, hey, but then I'm like, take it off. Take it off. I don't know. Or like, I hate that now the Tesla, like, well, I guess it always has, like, if your eyes are not on the road, it's like, it'll test you. I'm like, I'm not asleep. I know there are people.
There's ways out of it. You just do the Tesla did not say this, but the volume up and down, and it'll get you out of it.
No way.
Okay,
Did you know that they
hack.
used to sell a clip that went on your steering wheel, and then they had to stop selling it on Amazon because it's a weighted thing, and like you just clip it onto your steering wheel, and it always feels like there's like a hand there.
Oh my god.
But then I would try to buy it, and it was not available anymore. So, yeah.
She got money.
Okay, so Buc-ee's, y'all been there. Whataburger, you been there. I'm trying to think of. I mean, I'm sure like Taco Cabana. That's not a thing where y'all are from, right? I'm trying to think of like Mexican food y'all should try. That's probably not gonna. You won't really like it.
Yeah.
But like it's something that you should probably just go through the drive-thru at Taco Cabana. It's like a fast food Tex-Mex restaurant. Yeah,
Okay.
Tex-Mex, not Mexican. Let me rephrase
But
that.
then y'all are known for the barbecue here, right?
Yeah, I would say like I mean, don't go to like Rudy's Barbecue because that's like a chain.
Okay. Where do you recommend? Because we're
God,
thinking about
there's so
doing a
many.
video off of barbecue.
Yeah.
You should. God, there's so many. Dom, do you know any barbecue? I feel like Franklin's is like a popular one. Austin has a lot of barbecue there. I can tell. I just went to one with my husband the other day, and it was like a hole in the wall, and I'll tell you, this is how you know it's good. They had grape Kool-Aid and fruit punch Kool-Aid on the
girl,
menu. And I was
yes.
like, oh, this, and sure enough, the food was amazing. I'll send it to you. It's like a little mom and pop.
Okay.
Okay, so Whataburger, we did Buc-ee's. Is there anything the last time you were here that you were like, damn, I didn't know San Antonio had it like that? Like, obviously, you went to the Riverwalk. And what were your thoughts?
It was
It was
cute. I liked
cute.
it.
It's different,
It
right?
reminds me
It's
of
different.
Selena, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
But
it was just the
cute.
whole touristy thing around the little boat. It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. We went to the Riverwalk recently, and I was like, as an adult now, I'm like, people come visit San Antonio just for this. Like, it's not to knock my own city, but we grew up here, right?
Right,
So, like,
right.
it's every field trip was to the Riverwalk when we were younger. But now I'm like, dang, like people, this is actually a really cool spot to come, and we don't appreciate it as much because we're here all the time.
Right.
Okay, so I want to before we wrap up, I want to do this thing. It may feel like we're being a little deep, and it's very different from what your personalities are. But something I'm really passionate about is, you mentioned it earlier, which is so amazing, your little Alan and your little Ruben. And the reason that I've started this podcast and I do a lot of like outreach is because like little Ruben couldn't come out of the closet at an early age, and you know, there were a lot of moving parts when it came to that, and whether it be family or outside influences. So if you could look back, and we'll start with you, Alan. If you could look back, and you don't have to give like a speech to your younger self, but is there something that you would remind little Alan about, knowing what you know now? What would you tell him, or what would you remind him to do?
I'm all crying.
I know, literally, my eyes just got watery.
It's
a lot.
Just be patient with yourself, and that's what I would tell him. Like, I would just say, like, give yourself a chance and stop being so hard on yourself, and it does get better. I promise you that. Like, all the struggles that I've been through, I'm like, dude, it gets better. All the times, like, it prepared me it prepared me for the person that I am today. So, like, if I could tell him something today, it would just be like, give yourself a chance, and I promise you, it gets better, and don't be too hard on yourself.
Yay, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And before we go to Ruben, do you? And you don't even have to answer this. We can edit this out. But do you still struggle with, like? And you're very confident. You're a very confident person, as am I. But I would imagine there are times when you're like, it's hard being me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people see you as Alan. Oh my God, Alan's so he's always on. He's always fun. You walk into a party and you're like, I don't even want to go to this gathering because they're gonna expect Alan. And I don't want to be him right now.
Exactly. Definitely. I feel like it's like I always say that sometimes the people who are like are the life of the party. Sometimes they're the ones that are dealing with a lot of stuff. And I can genuinely say I've overcome that because now I am the life of the party. I'm genuinely, because I've worked on my mental health.
Yeah.
I've worked a lot on my mental health, but like it is hard when the people have this picture of you of like, oh, Alon's coming and he's going to be fun and blah, 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 blah. Like sometimes I just want to be observing. Like I just want to be here.
I want to be a fly on the wall.
Oh, and then I've had like past traumas where it's like, oh, Alon acted weird this one time. Like, should we invite him? And instead of being like, hey, let's check up on him. Like nobody does that. So like, I become a very big advocate. Like if I see people who are usually the life of the party and they're not the life of a party or whatever, to check up on them. Hey, are you okay? Instead of just being like, yeah, they're acting weird. They're changing. Like blah blah blah. Like, no, check up on those people because they need the help. But definitely like you and I, all of us. I feel like all of us have very bubbly, loud personalities. Like it is kind of hard to always be on 24/7, especially me on social media. And people see like I'm always like with the quick liners and fast. But sometimes that's not me 24/7. I would say that's me like 15/7. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I don't know.
The limit does not exist.
There we go. But like, it's not me all the time. I definitely have a balance of like where I'm very much like, I just want to be here, guys. I just want to be here with you guys, like, and not be like the one that has like, oh, pick up the party.
At 100,
At 100, very much that. So yeah, it is hard.
I have the ability to see that downside because we love to hang out and watch movies and just eat popcorn and just hang out and not be on.
Yeah.
You know, so I love that.
Okay, now your turn. What would you tell little Ruben?
So little Ruben is, I will tell you that be patient, of course. Push through everything. It's gonna get better. Oh wow, I've been through a lot. So hard work does pay off. So believe in yourself. Believe in what you can do. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. If you have a goal, push through it. Because I guarantee you, you're the only one that will be able to do it best.
Good for you.
God.
So they're being very humble, and so as we close out the episode, I do want to say something that we didn't really touch on, and please, you will see on the bottom of your screen, follow them. They are amazing on social media, and I say that I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I wouldn't have asked you to come. But I will say, like, I didn't ask you to be on this podcast. Well, obviously I asked you to be on this podcast because you do have a following, but not because you have a following, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because it was important to me. I knew that if a grown man, almost 35 years old, was idolizing and really looking up to you two, not just because of your following on social media, but because of your relationship, because of your vibe, because of your values, your culture. If I, a 34, 35-year-old man, felt connected somehow, there had to have been a 16, 17, 18 to 30-year-old person out there that is kind of looking to you guys for the same thing. So that was the motivation, and so they're being very humble, but they are amazing human beings. And I have to point this out before the episode ends. If you keep this like 6 different ways thing going, I am dead. And for those of you that are watching that love his channel and you're always on his page, I die every time you fall to your knees. I probably, this is probably TMI. I'm on the toilet watching, I'm laughing. I'm like, it is so funny. So that's gonna be my little teaser for you guys, but I highly, highly recommend you go follow them. I really appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you.
I know you have a busy schedule. Shout out to all the influencers doing your thing in LA, representing for the Latino community. If you are watching and it's something that you wanna do, as they said, they're not gatekeepers. So ask away. Follow your dreams. And anyway, thank you guys for getting real. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, we did.
Next time you come, I'll have some other restaurants here for you to try. I'll have a list of things for you to try.
And your address, right?
And you can stay in our extra room, yes. But anyways, until next time, you guys, we will be having an episode every 2 weeks. So feel free to click that like button, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you are on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, feel free to download and follow there. And again, make sure you follow Alana and Ruben because a little birdie told me they have some big things coming up, and Bedheads may be coming back. So until next time, bye guys.
Bye guys.